Alrighty, people. I feel like I haven't done a podcast in so long, but it actually hasn't been that long. But I don't know how long it's actually been. So it could have been. It could be that long. Doesn't matter. Anyway, hey guys, Kalila here. Welcome to another video. No, this isn't a vlog. Hey guys, welcome to another podcast. This is podcast no. 9. And I have a bunch of stuff to talk about because I have a bunch of things that I have finished, especially some of my WIPS and some projects that you haven't even seen yet, but I finished. Like this sweater that I am wearing, okay? This is the first sweater that I've ever made that is just white. I'm not a fan of whites. I'm not a fan of the whites and the creams and the beiges and the super light grays. Like, I like gray, but I tend to lean toward like the darker grays. So this is not really a color that I care to knit with because I think of just like the stains that I can get, and I just like knitting with a bunch of colors. But this sweater right here, probably changing my mind. Okay, because, well, first of all, let me tell you what it is. This sweater is the Birch Sweater by Ullenknitwear, which is Maria. I test knitted this for her. It is still in testing at the moment, but I finished mine in 15 days, so 2 weeks and 1 day of only knitting on this. I know that sounds very quick, especially for a DK weight sweater, fingering weight, and mohair combination. That's exactly what this is. This is woolly knit. I use a woolly knit cone. I will put up a picture. Ding. And I also took pictures right before this. Usually I take pictures after I podcast. Do I? I don't know, but I decided to take pictures before. And so I'll show you the pictures. I love them so much, especially me with the flower. It just looks so cute. And it's photographed so well. Like, the coloring showed up kind of exactly how it looks in real life. Like, and that's rare. But this is the Birch Sweater by Maria, of course, and I used over 300, almost, I used like 370 something grams out of the 500 gram cone that I used from the woolly knit cone. It is 100% British wool, and I paired it with Drops mohair, and it's in the color off-white. So those two came together and made this beauty right here. Oh my god, like, look at this. And then the detailing of the rib section, it is knit double that, and then you fold it over and sew it down. So the sleeves are supposed to be, don't stand on swivel chairs guys, but I will, supposed to be down here. So it is this long on me, and the body comes over my butt. Which it could be longer on shorter people, but since I am a tall gal, you know, it just goes over my butt like that. But it'll probably be a little longer on other people, depending, like I said, depending on your height. Anyway, oh, it's also a turtleneck, so it can come out, and you can have it like that if you want. You can have it like this, fold it down on the outside if you want, which is still super cute, like that. Or you could fold it down on the inside, which is what I did for my pictures, because in one of her pictures she folded it down like that, and I was kind of in love, okay? Like, and this combination is crazy because it's, you know, British wool with mohair, so people would probably expect it to feel super itchy or scratchy, whatever. It doesn't. It feels amazing, but also, as you guys know, I love feeling fibers on my skin, which I feel like a lot of people don't like that, but I love it so much. So yeah, this is the sweater. I don't know when it's going to be released, but I'll let you guys know when it is released. in another video just to keep you guys updated on it, and because you should get it too. I was outside taking pictures in 81-degree California, Southern California weather, and it felt amazing. I felt amazing in this sweater, okay? I also have like a tank top under this, which I usually don't wear tank tops or anything under my sweaters, but this kind of feels nice. And I'm like, is that why I'm liking it so much? Because the fibers aren't resting directly on my chest? I don't know. Usually I don't care, but it kind of feels good. What else about this pattern? I think that's about it. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful pattern. It's so easy to understand. Oh, also, it's a split hem. It has a split hem for the ribbing at the bottom. I forgot to say. Another little detail, which I usually don't do on my sweaters. So I think that's very cool. That is one of my finished objects. I started it. I have my little notebook, my knit plans, or like my knit things when I start them and when I finish them. And with this one I started on April 22nd and finished May 7th, so 15 days. And now let's talk about the next test knit that I did, which is also the first test knit that I have ever done, and it has gotten me in a test knit craze, and you will understand why. Okay, so let me grab these. This here. My next finished object is this sweater right here. Oh, it's missing a vital element, so I will put up a picture while I show this sweater. It is missing the ribbon, but since the ribbon is very fiddly for me when it comes to like transporting my garments, I took them out. I'll put them back in some other time, but I just took them out for the time being, so this is what it actually looks like. And that's what it's supposed to look like, but this is the sweater itself. I think this was a WIP in the last video. This was not a WIP in my last podcast at all. I was showing you guys the yarn, talking about, oh my gosh, I can't wait to start this test knit. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And now the next time I'm podcasting, it's a finished garment, which is kind of wild. But I think this one was a WIP in my last video. And so it is now all finished. It has nice little cinched cuff detail. Oh, I'm in love. And it is also 2x2 rib here and also at the bottom, as you can see, and also for the collar. I love 2x2 rib. 2x2 rib is so chic. I'd say very chic, very much so neat. It's kind of like twisted rib in a way, where it's like super neat, super nice, super pleasing to the eye. Though twisted rib, I feel like a lot of people don't like it. But I used Drops Kid Silk Mohair in the color Almond paired with Drops Lima. And as you guys know, I have used Drops Lima many, many times, and I have loved it every single time. This time is no different. So the Drops Lima is in a color Goldenrod, and then I used Almond. And look at this little saddle shoulder detailing right here that just breaks into the raglan. And then of course the eyelets that are only on the front part of the sweater used to thread the ribbon through them. It is such an amazing pattern. This is my first test knit. This is the Magdalena Sweater by Vert.and.rose. She reached out to me asking if I would love to test it, and I was like, yes, hello. It is my first ever test knit. Also, I have a discount code for this sweater. Let me tell you right quick. It is KopyKali with 2 I's 20, and you can get 20% off all of her patterns that are on her Ravelry page. Okay, And not just on Ravelry, also on Etsy. All right, she was kind enough to give me a code for you guys, and it will last until June 5th. Yes, June 5th, you will be able to use KopyKali 20 on Etsy and Ravelry if you go and get Vert.and.rose patterns, any of them. She has so many beautiful patterns. Aro from Aro Knits and Pros actually test knitted one of her past sweaters, and it looked amazing, so I think you guys should get that. If you've been wanting to get that, use my discount code, get 20% off, and get that pattern. Okay? Alright, so this is one of them that you'll be able to get, and also the pattern has been released. So go ahead and get it. I'll link everything down below so that you guys will be able to get your little 20% off. Okay? Alright? Did I say 20% off? Yeah, I did. Alright. Just making sure. But this combination was so amazing. It's a worsted weight type of weight, I'd say, because it's a DK weight yarn paired with a mohair. So it knit up very, very quickly. I knit this in 7 days. Like, I started it April 7th and finished it April 14th. Okay? 1 week. Literal 7-day week. And I knit it on 7mm needles, so that is why it took no time, okay? So if you are into this nice little cutesy vibe, I will show a picture of her own because it is just so good, okay? So amazing. Then you should definitely pick that up. But this is another sweater that I have finished recently, and I'm just like, wow, I am cranking these sweaters out and it's making me feel really good, okay? So the next finished object that I had on my needles for a while was this beanie here. It is the Weekend Hue, or the Weekend Hat by PetiteKnit, and it is just a 1x1 ribbed hat with some double knitting to make some demarcation lines to fold up to. So the hat is this long, and it is double folded, so you just fold it up to the first double knitted line, and then you fold it again up to the second double knitted line. It should naturally go there. And then you'll have these crown decreases like so, and it'll turn out like this. I have not blocked it at all. I haven't blocked it yet because I kind of want to get a bunch of smaller projects together and like block them at the same time. I don't think that's a good idea now that I'm thinking about it, since this is hand-dyed yarn. I used Sorella's yarn. It's like a 2-ply fingering weight, 100% superwash yarn, and I doubled it. I double-stranded it, and the colorway name is Apartment. If I have a picture, I will put it up here somewhere of what the skeins look like, but I like how the brim looks totally different from the crown. It is so cool. It is so thick and nice. I am in love. But yeah, I have not blocked it yet, but it will be blocked sometime. Today? No, I don't think I want to block it today. I think I just want to get a bunch of projects. Maybe after I finish the next beanie that I'm going to show you, I've already shown you the yarn, but I'm going to cast it on soon, so I just want to show it again. Yeah. This is a DK weight hat, so I think I will keep on making this hat. I've said before that this is probably, this is what the decreases look like from the top. This looks so cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I'm going to just have this be my default hat that I do, because it's so easy, so mindless, but also so cute, and I like it very much. And I feel like it's very unisex, so you can make the hat for literally anybody. Literally anybody. But that took me a while because it was a project that's just, for me, hats and socks are just like side projects, and that was very much so a long side project. I started that in February 12th, and I finished it April 18th, and I used 3.5 millimeter needles, fingering weight, double stranded. So that's why it's so thick, because it's a DK weight, but with 3.5 millimeter needles. So that is a very tight gauge for that kind of weight of yarn. Yeah. Anyway, so those are my 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, I have 4 finished objects. Hello, I'm getting work done, okay? All right, the last finished object is even longer than my hat, okay? Like time-wise and finishing-wise. And it is my Sophie scarf. I told you guys I was gonna finish this, okay? I was like, the next podcast, this better be a finished object, okay? But here is my Sophie scarf. It is made using 1 strand of pure silk by Knitting for Olive on 3.5 millimeter needles, and I am using it to be a headscarf. Oh, that's cute! Oh yeah, I'm gonna use it to be a headscarf to match my whip, which I might as well pull up because that's what I'm gonna talk about next anyway. To match this whip here, which is going to be a dress. You guys have seen this in many, many months and months and months of my podcasts. I only got a few rows, because now I have a split. A few rows done on it, so it literally does not look any different than before. But I made this to go with this because my sisters and I are going to a concert with our mom in August, and we want to wear hand knitted and crocheted things. So mine is going to be this dress here with this headscarf on my head. My hair is just going to be down. I'm going to wear this and then wear that, and it's going to be so nice because this is going to go all the way down to just above my ankles. And it's going to be so nice. So this is also knit with pure silk yarn, and it is the Ripple Halter top by JessieMaed, and it is using 1 strand, so 1 strand of fingering weight, the pure silk. And when did I start this? Let's see. I started this July 29th, 2022. This one I started August 2022, and I finished it April 17th last month. So this is the last finished object that I have. I am kind of done with the Sophie series for now because there are just so many other things that I want to knit on, and I feel like if I'm going to have a side project, I want to do something that's going to stimulate my brain a little bit, but also be mindless. So like a beanie or a sock. But that's my fourth finished project. I'm so happy I'm clearing my needles, even though I'm casting on a bunch of things at the same time as well. I'm still happy that I am cranking out some things that have been on my needles for a while. The next thing that will be cranked out will be this, but not directly next because there are other whips that I am currently working on actively. This one will probably be picked up later on in the month because I feel like if I just have 7 straight days to work on this without working on anything else, I can finish it. So that's what's going to happen with this because I need it for August, so I need to finish it. I need to. What is this worked on? 3.5 millimeter needles? Let me see. This is worked on 3.25 millimeter needles. So of course it's going to take a while because this is going to be a body length above the ankle dress, okay? But also I just haven't been working on it like that. But it's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I'm making it that long so that I can use up a lot of my pure silk yarn because I bought like 20 or something. I don't know. Maybe like 15. 12 or 15. I'm exaggerating. But if I don't use up all of them, I can always like double strand it and work on it using some tea or something. Okay, a tea. I am just loving teas at the moment, and you'll see from my WIPS as well. So that was my first WIP. I'm keeping it in this mood bag here. It is such a nice bag. I got it in Sweden from 60 Nord. Okay, and it also has this long strap, and it is just so nice. Okay, next up in the WIP family that I have been working on the literal past few days. I have not worked on anything else, honestly. I casted it on this week. Let's just say that. And it is the Tolsta Tee by Creabea. Rebecca. All of you should know who Rebecca is, okay? Let's be honest here with ourselves. Like, she's amazing. All right, I'm trying to untangle this right quick. Okay, awesome. So I'm working on the Tolsta Tee. Kahila and I have been waiting for this pattern since she first talked about it in her podcast, and then just set it aside for like a year. I was like, I want that tee. And it came out this week. So, you know that yarn that I had for my Sophie shawl? And I said, I'm going to repurpose this yarn for something else. I forgot what I said I was going to use it for, but it's not going to be that anymore, obviously, because I'm now using it for my Tolsta Tee. It is made with 2 strands of fingering or 1 strand of DK weight yarn on 5mm needles. Okay, so here it is. I know. Probably like, wow. You know when people see something and like the person's like, oh my gosh, isn't this so cute? And the person's like, in their head, not really, but yeah. You don't have to do that, okay? You don't have to do that, all right? Because the situation, this tee is being made to literally just get rid of this yarn. And not get rid of as in like, oh my gosh, get rid of because I don't want to use it, but because it has been in my stash for almost 2 years. This camera's about to turn off and stop recording, but I'm gonna keep talking, okay? It's been in my stash for almost 2 years and also been used for so many different projects, or at least so many in my head, and now I'm just like, I just want to use it and get over it. Also, it's staining my nails, okay? Like, you can't see, but it stains my nails and also my pinky because I wrap my yarn around my pinky. So I'll have like this dark line across. Of course, washing your hands takes it off, but I just want to, you know, use it and get it over with, and also have a tee that I can just wear in a house just because randomly, you know, it doesn't have to be cute. Anyway, this is what it's looking like so far. I am color blocking it. Let me show the yarns. Okay. Hold on. Ooh. Clear? Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, I didn't put the sign up. No, you could bring that over here and all. Oh yeah, I have a thingy over there. Thank you. What's this called?
It tastes like ice. Strawberry something twist.
Strawberry something twist.
Ice
Just did. Maybe they didn't crush it enough.
right? But I'm like, it still tastes good, and it's good for my
Woo!
mm-hmm.
It's refreshing.
Right?
Mmm. I don't care.
Me too. I'm like, good. Less sweet.
Mmm.
Good. Did
Right.
you get your quesadillas?
Girl, yeah.
Okay, I'm like,
Bruh, demolished.
that's funny. Alright, bye.
Bye. So, I am using 4 different strands of yarn. Obviously, because I'm using 2 strands as one at the same time. And it is these 2 yarns and these 2 yarns, which, you know, you guys already know from my shawl. And these are my Akatar yarns. I have the labels in here, but I honestly don't feel like I know this is Starfall, and I know this is Truth Teller. One of these is One Hell of a High Lord and Impressive Wingspan. Wow. I didn't even realize I remembered that. But yeah, these are ACOTAR yarns. And I am double stranding these two together and these two together. So it doesn't even look like I'm using two different yarns in one, because this variegated yarn has the tonal yarn in it, you know? So it's kind of the same color. Same with this. You can't tell at all, which I am loving. But I decided to color block it so that I could use both of these yarns, or all four of these yarns equally, and then like be done with them, so I don't have to like find another project to use for one of these or some of these, whatever. So I started with this, and I did the yoke and just a couple rounds under the splitting of the sleeves, so on the body, and so then I did the same length for the purple section, and now I'm going to do this blue and greenish section again, and then I will end off with the purple section, and then I will use the purple to do the sleeves as well, because the sleeves are so short, so I feel like it'll be good. Anyway, that is what this is so far. I'm doing the size extra small, because that is, the extra small is always the recommended size for my bust size, but I like bigger things. But for these tees, I kind of want it to be like, to me, you know, like just like suction to my body. So that's what this tee will be. Does it look the most appealing to the eye? No. But will I love it anyway? Yes, because I am enjoying working with this yarn so much. Also, my battery is dying, so I'm gonna switch that out. But I'm so excited to work on this, and I can't wait to see how it ends off. I feel like I could finish it by tomorrow. So I'm going to work on it a lot today. This is, let me see. This is, I started it a few days ago, but I've really been religiously working on it the past couple days. Like, I got all of this done yesterday, plus a little bit up here. So yeah, all of this was done yesterday, plus a little bit of this, and I did like a couple rounds today, but most of the body was done yesterday. So I could potentially maybe finish it today if I stay up. We'll see. But if not, then tomorrow for sure. And I can't wait for that. But yeah, so that's the WIP that I have been working on this week, and will continue to until I finish it. Let me put this up. And I'm keeping this in this jean bag that my mom and Malika got me from this convention that they went to a couple years ago, or the year before. It's just a nice jean bag. It doesn't have any closure or anything. And I put a bunch of pins on them because I like enamel pins, especially ones that are funny. Like this says touch grass. And this one says fueled by spite. And this is a llama. It says 100% Peruvian wool. This one says at Mint 1, hell, direct service. I took it to hell. This is the ACOTAR one with Farah and Resend. This one says, LOL, it's porn regarding to smutty books. And this one is A Quart of Woolen Needles, also ACOTAR. And this one is the Crochet Academy one from TL Yarn Crafts. This one is just yarn. I think it's a Hobie one. Oh, this one at the bottom, it says no fucks available. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, those are all the ones I have so far. Why is this still going? I thought this battery would die. All right, what's next? Who's next? Go, 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 go. What's in this? Oh, let's talk about what's in this mood bag. Also from 60 Gone Nord. Okay. It's also a project I've been talking about for a while, okay? So I told you guys what those were. Okay, just make sure. Sometimes I forget to say who the designer is, and I'm just like, oh, I forgot. Oh well. But I didn't forget this time, so. Another project by the Creabea. Or not by the Creabea, you know, just designer-wise. Another one of her patterns that I'm using and making is the Cargill Sweater. This is getting me so excited because I only have one more sleeve to go, okay? I finished the sleeve here. Wow, why is it so crumply? Hold on. And like I was saying, I finished the sleeve this week. The pattern calls for a cinched cuff. I don't care for cinched cuffs. I like my cuffs like this, you know, big and wide. Is it practical? No. Do I care? No. Okay, so I just went straight up into the ribbing, which kind of looks cool because this is already ribbing, a ribbing detail, so the ribbing kind of just like flowed straight into it. Beautiful. The yarns that I'm using for this are Biche Bouche, Les Petites Lambswool, in lambswool and cashmere blend. And I'm using that. What's on my mohair? Looks like carpet. So, lambswool and cashmere blend, and knitting for Olive. God. Soft silk mohair. What color is this? Hold on. Sorry for the chaoticness. Dark cognac. Okay. Dark cognac. And this one is in dark brown or something like that. And this is it together. And this is creating this. Ah! This looks so good. Every time or anytime I hold up yarn together with its mohair counterpart, it just makes me so happy because I'm just like, you just look so good. Why do you look so good? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so this is how this is coming out. I had like a rush of motivation, and I started working on the sleeve and I just cranked it out in a couple hours. It was making me so happy to knit on because I could see the end, and just working on projects that I've had on my needles for a long time was just so great. I've had this sweater on my needles since October 12th, 2022, okay? So I am really excited to finish it. So this whip, I'm gonna keep holding it up because it just looks so good. It's gonna look amazing when I finish it. Oh my gosh, I can't wait because I love wearing Kahila's on. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, this whip and my dress whip, they're the only projects that I have right now that have been on my needles since last year. Oh, even saying that, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't do that. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I've been watching Inga's videos because there was a time period for like 3 months where I didn't watch knitting podcasts, so I've been catching up on everyone's videos. I caught up on Marlene's videos, I caught up on Rebecca's videos, and I caught up on Inga's videos. Right now I'm watching Florence and catching up on her videos, but all that to say, I have a lot of videos that I've catching up on, but I've been watching Inga the past week. I just finished, I just got up. And she's making me feel much better about having a bunch of whips because she says that she likes having... There's music playing outside. I think someone's at the park or something. Anyway, she says having a bunch of whips on her needles makes her feel good because she has something for everything. She has one for the car, one for the couch, one for beside her bed, one for work, one for this, a difficult one, a blanket, a simple one, socks, beanies, gift knits. I'm just like, You know what? You're right. And it just made me feel so much better about having so many WIPs. I guess because for me, I'm just like, I want to get it done so I can work on some fresh stuff, so I can get that excitement. Like, oh my gosh, I'm working on a new project. But also, you can always get re-excited for a project that you've had on needles for a while, which I did with this. So after I finish my Tolsta Tee, I'm going to go and finish this. Immediately, right after, while I'm blocking the Tolsta Tee, I'm going to work on the sleeve and finish it, get the sweater done. You know, I'm going to do a happy dance, okay, when I finish this. I'm gonna be so happy. Then, once I finish this, okay, I am going to finish up my dress, all right? So I'm gonna finish this. So finish my Tolsta Tee. Finish this, finish my dress, okay? And then I'll cast on something new. Oh, wait a second, wait a minute, because I think in my vlog I said that I'm done signing up for test knits, or I told that to Kahila, that I was done signing up for test knits because I just want to start working on things for myself, which is so dumb because I have been working on things for myself anyway during the test knit process. So yeah, scratch that. Those words never came out of my mouth, okay? Because I signed up for a test knit today. I feel like Aro, when Aro is in her test knitting craze, which she says she's slowing down from, but now I feel like I'm picking up that slack, like, don't worry girl, you don't have to test knit because I'm doing it now. Like, what? This is my this will be my 4th test knit, because this was a test knit. The Magdalena Sweater is a test knit. My next WIP that I'm going to show you is a test knit. Okay, so let's put this in here. But yeah, I plan to finish the Tolsta Tee today, tomorrow, probably tomorrow. And then this one, oh, what time is it? Okay. The game is on in like an hour and a half, so I'm like, I'm gonna finish this, okay? Yeah, so I'll finish that, Tolsta Tee, finish this Cargill, and then in between then, I will probably, if I get accepted for that test knit, which I am hoping I am, I'm gonna show you the yarns that I'm gonna use for that test knit, okay? But anyway, I didn't think I'd be talking for this long. I say that every time. My next test knit is the Marcu Polo by Nabita of Creadia.studio. I believe that's how her username is pronounced. If not, I'm so sorry. I'll put it right here so that you guys can see. I have been looking at this pattern, the shirt. It's a tee. I've been looking at this Polo tee since she started knitting on it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want that so badly. I can't wait for the pattern to come out. I thought she already did testing for this pattern. She didn't. There's a men's version and a women's version. I'll put up pictures. Bask in its beauty, okay? The male one has buttons and the woman one doesn't have buttons. I'm doing the woman one. Oh my gosh, motorcycles, calm down, all right? Yeah, and she reached out to me. She reached out to Kahila first, asking if she would like to test knit for it. And I was like, I want to test knit for it too. So Kahila told her that I would be interested as well. And then she reached out to me and I got in. Okay, sorry. It just makes me so happy. I am just on the back portion. Oh wait, let me tell you the yarn that I'm using first. The yarn that I'm using is, oh my gosh, so I just watched Inga's podcast and she's using the same yarn for like this blanket, this random blanket or whatever. And I was just like, when she was talking about it and trying to figure out what it was, I'm like, it kind of looks like the yarn that I'm using except red, you know? But this is Manos del Uruguay in Merino. And it is 100% superwash merino. It is 874 yards or 800 meters per 100 grams. And it is 100% superwash merino. Did I say that? Yeah. It is so beautiful. I got this yarn in Sweden from a local yarn shop that we went to with Alex. And it is a lace weight yarn. obviously 800 meters and 100 grams. Yeah, it is so beautiful, so freaking beautiful. This is the cake that I wound up. Oh, equally as beautiful. All right, and let me show you this, what I have so far. This is what I have so far on this test knit of the Marcu Polo. Oh my gosh, hold on, there we go. It may look see-through, but it is not. It's actually more dense than I thought. It's very light, very lightweight, but I thought it would be holey, but it's not holey. It is so nice. And then I put my hand behind it. It's just amazing. Guess what millimeter needles this is on? 2.5. Yes, this entire project is on 2.5 millimeter needles. This is my first time that I'm making a garment out of tiny needles like this, okay? So this is going to be a very long project, okay? Though I did get this done in like 2 days, 24-hour period. So it's moving faster than I thought. I put it on the side so that I can work on finishing this sweater. And of course I cast it on a new project in the Tolsta Tee, but this test knit is going to be like probably 8 to 10 plus weeks. So I have around 3 months to complete it, which is why I'm going to take time out to finish the WIPS that I have right now and also work on another test knit when I get it in the process, okay? Yeah, so that is going to be something that I'll be working on and off. Let's see, the test knit started this month, a couple weeks ago. And if it's 8 to 10 weeks, then maybe August time is when it should be coming out, which by August time I will have this done. Of course, I will not be the person to sign up for a test knit and not finish it. No judgment to people who literally thought they could finish it and just couldn't. There are some people who sign up for test knits just to get the pattern and not actually help out the designer, which is, you know, don't do that, okay? But I plan to finish by the deadline if things, unforeseen circumstances happen, and obviously they just happen. Anyway, those are my WIPs. That is what I plan on working on. So yeah, I did sign up for another test knit, and let me show you the yarn that I'm going to use for it. I'm not going to say the test knit because it's not like an open test knit. It's not a secret, but it's not like open as of yet because it's just like you get emailed. Kahila and I really like this designer, so we signed up to an email chain to get notified whenever she needs testers, because she doesn't do like open call testers. She only selects people from that chain. So yeah, it is a striped sweater. And there's a main color, obviously, and then there are like 5 different other colors. I feel like it won't be hard to guess what it is, but I've decided. And it's also made using DK weight yarn. So I'm going to use 2 strands of fingering. So I'm going to double strand this. It's going to be the main yarn. Okay? Listen, seeing Maria's sweaters and stuff has gotten me into liking these nice lighter colors. Okay? The sweater has unlocked something in me. Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much. Okay? But yeah. This is the yarn. It is a hand-dyed yarn by The Love Stitch. She has a podcast on here. She doesn't really film much, and she does a little dyeing here and there. I don't know if she's still doing it, but she did, and Kahila and I participated in her first launch and got a sweater's quantity. The yarn that I got is actually a brown color. This is Kahila's yarn, but we swapped yarns, so she has my color and I got her color. This is a non-superwash fingering weight yarn. It is 100% non-superwash merino, 436 yards or 398 meters per 100 grams, and this colorway is called Dust. So nice. It is a 2-ply yarn, so it'll be very squishy, you know? So that is going to be the base color, and I'm going to use 5 other colors, and these are the colors. It is this one here. Oof. So let me just keep this here. So it'll be this color here as one of them. It is called Candy Apple, and it is 100% superwash merino wool, 438 yards per 100 grams, and this is by the Yarn Addict Co. Then another yarn by the Yarn Addict Co. It is called Juniper Grove. This is also, oh, this is 100%. This is 75-25. So 75% merino, 75% merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards. So that's what I'm going to use here. And then the next one will be by Teeny Button. And it is 75-25, 463 yards. This is called Bryce. Such a beautiful color. The next color I'm going to use for this, also by Teeny Button, is this color here. And this is called Hunt. And then the last colorway that I'll use is another one by Teeny Button, and it is called Through Love. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh. So, main color, stripes color. Let me try to, there we go. Stripes color, whoop, whoop, main color. I'm using these random colors because I just want it to be, first of all, it's a fun striped sweater, so I feel like using just fun colors will be so nice, so awesome, and hopefully they don't bleed into this main color when blocking. Maybe they won't, I don't know. And also, since I have such a huge hand-dyed yarn stash, I want to use my yarns, okay? Like, I am tired of having a big hand-dyed yarn stash. I'm not someone who cares for a ginormous luxury stash. I prefer commercial yarns, believe it or not. So any instance, any opportunity I can take to slowly go through my stash and like get rid of things, I will take, okay? I will cake these up in a way where I can double strand them. I'll probably do like 50 grams or whatever, and then 50 grams so that I can double strand each one, because of course I need 2 strands and I only have 1 of these, but the amount of yarn that is in the skein is enough for the stripes and a recommended yardage of the sweater. So that is going to be a test knit, a potential test knit. I want it, okay, so badly. There are 2 other projects that I will be casting on, but later on, probably June, July-ish. Well, maybe not June, July-ish. Well, maybe June, July-ish, because I'm thinking about all the ones I'm gonna do. Because this test knit is only gonna be like a 3-week test knit, so it's a very high turnaround for this sweater. Yeah, I think it's gonna be like 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks to do this sweater, which I don't care. I'm gonna get it done, you know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm just gonna focus on that. And anyway, enough about that. I will talk more about that in my next podcast. I'm thinking of having a podcast in like the next 2 weeks. I'm thinking of doing my podcast every 2 weeks because I get so many things done now that I feel like it'll be nice to have a little update on certain projects, and yeah. So maybe in a couple weeks, maybe not, who knows. But this yarn here I showed you guys last time. There's mohair on my nose and it's just like not going away. Okay, I showed you guys this yarn last time, and it is yarn, a DK weight yarn called Fresh Balsam on the Rockies DK base. It's 100% superwash merino. It is by Explorer Knits and Fibers, and it's 274 yards. I'm going to make the weekend hat with this for a friend, and I'm thinking I should start it soon. I'm thinking of starting it soon because I need a tiny project on the needle. It's just like a small one. It's just not a garment, okay? And usually I always have either a sock or a beanie, and I don't have either of my needles right now, even though I don't want it on my needles at the moment. I just want a fresh slate. So once I finish all of these WIPs that I have right here, minus the test knit, the Marcu Polo, I'm not in a rush to get done, especially since there's just such a long test knitting time. I feel like I'll really focus up on it after I do this test knit that I will potentially get. And once I finish that, then I will focus on that test knit. So I feel like these won't happen until like July time because I just want everything to be done. All right, so this one maybe July, August time, but these are direct next projects that I'm going to do besides that test knit that I'm gonna cast on. And so weekend hat. This yarn here, remember these beauties, okay? These Filcolana yarns, Pernilla, and this beautiful, beautiful Tilia mohair, right? What did I say I was gonna do with it? I said, oh my gosh, I will do the champagne cardigan. And first it was supposed to be a Moby sweater. And then I was like, no, it'll be a champagne cardigan. Nope. N-O-P-E, all right? This is gonna be the Arctic Light sweater by Kutovakika. All right, if you haven't heard of this wondrous, beautiful, lovely sweater, here's a picture, of course. You know, bask in its gloriousness. And you must be thinking, Kalila, that thing look crazy. You haven't done cables before. I know. Okay, I know. It looks crazy. And I want to do it. Oh my gosh. She has a whole 3-video tutorial on it. Reading out the chart, how to read it, how to do the cables, you know, demonstrating everything. And when I watched that video, I wanted to do it in general, but I was like, that's gonna be like a next year project because it looks so difficult, okay? Look at all the, I'm gonna blow up the picture. Look at all the texture in this, okay? You're doing something different for like every section, which you are, because they're like 4 charts or something. It's like A, B, C, D. Okay, they're probably like 3 charts, I think. But oh my god, that looks literally mind-blowing, and I want to do it because I want people to look at that sweater when I'm finished and be like, where'd you get that? And I'll be like, I knitted it. Impossible. I know it seems impossible, but I knitted it. That's the kind of props I want to give myself. That's what the reaction that I want from people. There's like a different colored thing in here. So this is what that's going to, I was about to say that was about to end, but it ended, whatever. That's what this is going to be. And I am so excited. I feel like because this is like, so this is yellow, right? This is an off-white kind of color, and this is yellow. I'm like, the cables should show up very nicely, you know? I think it will. I think it will. Not that I'm worried about like how it's gonna show up, because it's gonna look good regardless. I'm just so excited for that. That's going to be a challenge and a half. But yeah, so that's gonna be the next sweater that I cast on that's not gonna be a test knit. So these 2 projects right here, these will be my next projects in the upcoming months, but you won't see them for a while. At least that's the plan. because like I said, and I feel like I say this in every single video, I want to get these WIPs done, okay? They need to be off the needles. I need my needles cleared, okay? There are some needles in course I was like, where are these at? Stuck on projects, and I didn't even realize because they've just been WIPs for almost a year. So that is it. That is all that I have for this podcast. I can't wait, okay? I'm ready to bang these projects out and wear them. I have not felt any heat coming from this sweater. I don't feel hot at all. It is so hot outside, and I feel amazing, okay? This is just... I need to get some more woolly knit cones. I have more woolly knit cones. What am I talking about? I need to make more sweaters using my woolly knit cones. Like, ugh, look at this sweater. Anyway, that is all that I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you worked on while watching this. Let me know what you plan to cast on. Do you have any t-shirts? Do you have any t-shirts that you plan on casting on, or have casted on, or anything? Because it's t-shirt season, you know, and I am kind of living for all of them. Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.